Alrighty, folks, it's time for map number 2 between TeamOne and Evil Geniuses. Getting ready to go into this one here, as things are about to get a little messy for TeamOne because they are down their map pick. And it's time to see if they're going to be able to hold their own on Overpass against a very, very strong EG roster. I'm Boggs, joined by JRT, and welcome to the ESL Challenger Melbourne North American Closed Qualifier, first round of the day and of the tournament. And EG starting on the T side with a lot of players in connector, getting ready like they want to look towards that B take, but Barton with a quick response will open things up for TeamOne. And now maybe EG are thinking of an A hit because B has been put on lockdown. Oh.
Yeah, that was a nice attempt there. Pesa does manage to flick around and find PwnAlone, but Viz gets the response onto him. So there's the space gain back and towards the B site. The thing is, DJ is on notice here at 1 HP. Viz down to 83, and Jonji the only full HP player. So it's going to be tough for them to get into this site as TeamOne are reinforcing B. 3 players waiting on the other end. Jonji goes down. TRK is going to get a second one onto DJ, and only Viz left standing in a 1v3. So TeamOne trying to get off on the right foot here on Overpass. To note, Austin. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say that EG have only played this map once against TeamOne over 2022, and it was in February that they played it, and they did manage to get the win, and Viz is going to get a frag onto IDK. Keeps hope alive here.
Keeps hope alive, and it's a 1v2 now. Granted, they are sitting on the bomb like hens on an egg, sharing one collective egg, but it is a very good setup nonetheless. It's one that definitely can work here for TeamOne. If they don't give Viz the isolated 1v1 duels, they're not trying to, but they are! Still, TRK is able to win it out in the end, but a dangerous, dangerous proposition that TeamOne are lucky to be able to escape with the round victory with. That is both first pistol rounds won for TeamOne, but I don't think EG are going to be too mad about that one at all. Hero AK has been dropped over to Jonji, of all people, and I think that's going to be the only purchase up made by EG from the looks of things. It's going to be Jonji buying an AK armor, or rather getting dropped an AK, buying armor and a flashbang, P250 for DJ, and Glocks on the rest. Looking for some economic damage from the looks of things, and through the fire and the flames, he's just going to have to run through, take a lot of damage, and go for these raw opening fights. It's a very aggressive standpoint, and it definitely can work if he hits the shots, but if it doesn't, it kind of puts EG in a bit of a weird economic situation.
DJ just coming around the corner. Luke's got such an advantage here with the MP9, but he can't frag DJ yet. Now he does after wide swinging. TRK gets one, IDK another. It's all TeamOne until Jonji finally comes through. The thing is, the flank is good, and Maluk will deal with both Jonji and Pwn. TeamOne do manage to get a second, and there's that conversion off the pistol. Let's not forget, though, Austin, that TeamOne found most of their success, in fact, in that first map off of their opening pistol round victory, and afterwards, EG, excuse me, were able to come back and take care of business. I'm going to slip up. I'm trying not to say it, right? It's just I'm so used to calling them that, especially against North American competition.
I know they've been that for how many years at this point? At least 2?
If
not 3?
It's been a while. Yeah.
So, yeah, it goes back to 2019, I think, with that roster name. So, ooh, that's a good pick by DJ. Maluk just gets spammed to the wall, and EG looking to get around on the board early, not let TeamOne get that 3-0 start, or I guess it would be a 4-0 start technically. It's a heavy investment from EG into this round. But there's all this A control. While the little bit of fighting has been going on B, it's all part of an elaborate ruse, opening up the A site, weakening those defenses, and allowing the core 3 of EG to waltz their way up long and get towards that site. IDK sitting in connector, nobody crossing him. Although he might be cleared out by Ben. He's aware of the possibility at the very least that there could be people up towards lane and A. And now Barton's got the op up towards the A side. He'll be a hard one to get by, but if they can get the timing, if they can get the angle on him, that's where things can work out. A flashbang kind of needed, though, for Jonji to get out along, or else he's going to be a dead man. Barton swapping the back towards lane, though it's all down to the timing. It's all down to where Barton looks at the right opportunity or the wrong opportunity. Back towards long, has a good angle. Smoke will bloom on his angle. He'll take a shot and fade away. Molotov to clear out. Truck, a push from IDK does a lot of damage. Not quite a kill. The bomb can go down here in a 5v3, but as we know, 5v3s are not safe.
No, they're not. And Barton's going to get that shot onto Jonji to make it a 4v3. Pesa looking for an equalizer here. Viz right behind the smoke. The fade will probably favor him. Unless Pesa falls back here, and maybe they're going to call for the save at this point. Yeah, they couldn't find a frag soon enough and decide, you know what, we got an op, we got an AK. Let's just back off here and keep that alive for another round because EG are going to strike back here and not allow TeamOne to find a third. Their buy-up is good with the Galils here, and they will take their first. Interesting little tidbit here that I just noticed, actually, is that PwnAlone's hydroponics skin is called hydroponic. Which I find to be, yeah, I love it. He's owning that name.
I absolutely love that. That is amazing. I wish I could see that. I can't, but you can. So.
Yeah, no.
Skin details, John.
Yeah, I love the skin details. I love the name tags. It's a shame that that you can't always see it right on broadcast, but still, it's a lot of fun stuff. I do understand why it is not shown though, because there's some stuff that's not so fun, not safe. That's why it's a choice to avoid it for the most part. But still, there are some cool things like that.
John G up towards short, trying to get some ground gained. It's a buy up again from TeamOne as they were able to save some of those guns, 3 to be precise, including the op, so that's a big thing to have in Maluk's hands. But EG looking to really stymie TeamOne's round and half early on as they've already knocked it down to a 1-round deficit. And they're going very similar to how they did in the last round with this heavy long presence with a little bit of noise making towards the B site, trying to draw those rotations. And here comes a push. John G on the lurk is taken down. And IDK gets for one as well. Luke swings, trades out PwnAlone. It's a 4v2 in the favor of TeamOne. No real responses back from EG, aside from that one kill. Maluk in the open, though. DJ to deny, but the smoke's not there for jump up, and he's wide out in the open. Barton trying to capitalize. 3 HP, though. DJ has a nade. If he drops that down towards jump up, Barton is a dead man. The smoke now coming in towards jump, but the bank pushes here from Pesadelo, clearing up towards sight, takes a dink, but DJ's 1 HP. That nade will do it, though. That nade finishes off 1, 2 more to find, and 1 is a one-shot. Headshot required, nothing doing. They double swing it well. Good work there from TeamOne, but a narrow victory means their money is not great, and EG can half buy into this one, maybe find a little bit of damage.
Still scary on that double swing, right? Because if the shots connect from the AK, they go right through your teammate into your own body, and it could have been an easy collab. But luckily for TeamOne, they hang on there, and they isolate the round victory for EG, which makes it very expensive, right? Because they had to fully invest just to get that first one. Then they had to reinvest off of the fact that they lost quite a few players in the previous round, but they'll still have enough money here to at least get a decent force up. 2 AKs, a Galil, and well, the Galil's gone. TRK takes down Jonji, who gets a little over-eager trying to go through that smoke, and TRK is wise to his tricks. All right, EG grouped up at Monster here, deciding what they're going to do. Ben Leet saying, guys, stay here. I'm just going to look at our flank, and once I clear that out, let's go for the push.
I just saw the name tag. That's a great name, too. And it actually, wait, the Molotov hasn't spread. TRK's fine. Nade consistency, please. Source 2, if it comes. Nade consistency.
Yeah.
I don't know how that didn't spread to the back corner, but it didn't. Molotovs are a bit of an unknown thing. I think we'll figure out string theory before we figure out why Molotovs spread the way they do and when they do. But EG are going for a boost towards B. If PwnAlone can get a head oh, he made noise. He's still going to go for it. Barton's up close and personal, but TRK's there to back him up. PwnAlone jumping for the shot. Drops away, but it's 2 kills for TeamOne. No responses from EG. And now the rotations, the push is starting to come through from TeamOne, taking away that space, being a vacuum here. And just sucking all the life out of EG. Maluk with a nice pick out to DJ. Should be a 4-1 scoreline here to start things off for TeamOne. Already looking much better than they did on Mirage, and this is the thing. They had to have expected Overpass to come through. They had to have expected this pick from EG, and they do look prepared for it so far.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, still in the early goings, but here it's going to be a save coming through from EG. Just want to keep these 2 AKs alive along with the utility and the armor. And that'll be that. Great news for TeamOne is they don't lose a single player in that round, so that's going to help build up their economy. The thing is for EG, they're not really going out with any sort of conviction on their opening takes, and then the mid-rounding is tough because they lose a player on the opening take. Jonji's down early, and even though they go for a rotation, it might be the right call, but they just don't have the manpower to actually do anything with it on the opposite site. So, all right, let's see what happens here. Another force up? Okay, I guess they figure that full loss bonus will be kicking in soon, so they can take a bit of a risk here. Couple of AKs, 2 Deagles, and the Tech 9 as Barton was victorious last time they decided to go to Canal is going to be here once more. I was surprised Barton actually stayed alive in that engagement because it looked like he got caught off guard, but he just managed to get the support he needed at the right time.
Yeah, it's a good 1-2 setup that they have right now. Oh, I got the map boost coming here, too. Great catch by our observer, J-Rez. Just getting the map boost for us, but... Oh, TRK's in the open, and Ben's going to win that duel. A bit messy, but he still wins it. That's a good start here for EG. Their first opening pick, I think, of this game. IDK, though, responds. There's the map boost coming into effect. Not something you expect to see all the time. And it's very powerful when used correctly. TeamOne do that exactly that. Jonji out towards tree, using it from a T-set angle instead of a CT angle. Hoping somebody walks into his crosshair. IDK will not clear the angle, and Jonji will run to his doom as Pesadelo is going to swing into him. Jonji not expecting the second swing. That was a very delayed secondary peek by Pesa, kind of just waiting it out, waiting for the sound cues. Good discipline there. But it's a 3v3.
I mean, it makes sense.
It does, it does.
I like the delay because he hears the footsteps towards the AK. Yeah, no, good angle here from Pesa around the smoke, and he looks away at the wrong time. Now he's going to get overloaded with bullets, potentially. Does manage to fall off and survive with 22 HP. Bomb going to get planted. This is so risky, but it works out because Pwn is watching the top of the dice box. Ben gets Barton right before that, and all of a sudden the round is flipped on its head. Maluk, the last one standing, they just could not hold on to that A site.
No, they couldn't. It was, I think, a bait plant to try and push out the peaks, to try and make them try and stop the plant and not let it go to a 3v3 post. And PwnAlone knows there's somebody around the dice boxes, so he's watching that angle. The other angle's being covered off towards bench, towards jump up, rather. And Maluk is getting hunted here. They're trying to get the op, and he's not hitting his shots. He's going to run into the waiting arms of PwnAlone, and
he's going to get
no
the op.
Yeah, it's an op for PwnAlone. No op for the... Okay, yeah, that's the safer angle there. DJ... Don't lose a gun, pick up the op. That could have gotten a bit awkward if they didn't pick up the op there, but now it's a free op for PwnAlone. It's EG on their map, PwnAlone on an opper's paradise with his favorite gun, TeamOne on pistols, going for not even a half buy. It's pretty much an eco. Just upgraded pistols, if that. A couple P250s and a Deagle, 2 flashbangs. It's a very minimal investment from the CT side, and EG, with it all to do in this round, should be able to get it to within 1, and a tie scoreline almost imminent if they're able to convert that subsequent gun round. So right now, EG are doing everything right in terms of keeping pace with TeamOne right now. They just gotta make sure they don't do that, and don't give the free pick over to TeamOne. That's a good trade back from Viz, but Pace is able to pop a brain and make it 2. No. He's got the op and the bomb. Oh boy. The zany hijinks are continuing, John. They're not over.
I mean, this is bad for EG. TeamOne didn't invest much. They had the P250. I think that was pretty much it. That was bought up here. It does get 2. Yeah, the Deagle as well. But still, Jonji's going to have to do work here just to even up the numbers, and he does. But now he's the last one standing because Maluk's picked up the op, and Maluk ends the round. Such a minimal investment from TeamOne and Eco in every way, shape, and form. But EG cannot play that to their advantage. They don't expect the pushes to come through. They get caught with their pants down. They can't get the trade after spotting out the P250. It's just a lot of bad news across the board there for them, and TeamOne steal one away from them.
That is larceny from TeamOne. They steal it away. That is the best way to put it. They rob it right from under their noses, and just... It's the little things that made the difference in that round. TeamOne did it right, EG did not. And it's little things that we saw signs of on Mirage, too, where EG were kind of bailed out by hero plays for the likes of Ben, PwnAlone, And their whole roster here, they're just going to bust in towards B, though. Maybe this is how they have to play it. Just rush down the throats of TeamOne and run them into the ground because they've got 4 picks for the price of 1 on a 4-stacked B site. And that's it. And that's the round. Maluk's going to save. It was annihilation for EG. And sometimes maybe the call is just rush B, run it down, throw all the utility, the flashes, the Molotovs, and just hold W, hit mouse 1 when you see somebody on your screen. And Maluk might not even be able to get out of this alive. There's a hunt from behind in the hands of PwnAlone, trying to get that op back. Ben spotted him out towards top connector. 3 players converging, triangulating on his position. And Maluk will be spotted and eventually finished off by PwnAlone. Op upgrade there for him. But geez, there's no reliability right now for EG's rounds. They've been very, very almost luck-based. They've been very inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, look, that was the first time they actually decided to go for a full-on push and take the duels against TeamOne towards that B site. The missed smoke at the beginning, I guess just the decoy because it bounced off the lip that it was intended to be thrown over and ended up in, I don't even know where, for EG, but still it didn't matter because everything went their way in terms of winning the fights. And now they've got a 3rd on the board. Let's see if they can string 2 together here, as I believe all 3 of their round victories, or at least the first 2, have been isolated. Pesa and TRK are going to push out here. Barn could get caught off, and he does. Does a little bit of damage to Janji before he goes down. But Janji's going to wise me. He's got 2 for free, potentially. There's the first. The second one not spotted out, though. Pesa gets a response, but only 1. And IDK is all by his lonesome. Potentially can take out DJ here with the nade, but no. DJ backs off, and, well, a good decision because he could have been dead to rights.
He could have been dead to rights, but he backs off wise. The nade doesn't go deep enough to take him out in sewer pipe. So now IDK just going to go for something sort of an exit, and PwnAlone will get caught. That's the op down. IDK closes the door and backs away, but there's somebody coming in the other side of connector, and IDK is not really ready for it. He's backing away. And now he's ready for the play down ladder, though. DJ is 2 HP instead. A little overkill there from IDK, and EG kind of throwing the bodies at the problem here. Yeah, they want to get the M4 out of the hands of IDK, but is it worth it considering that they don't have a strong economy in their own right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a philosophical argument there, but it seems a little unnecessary, especially DJ on 2 HP.
Yeah, I would have probably kept DJ back. There's really no point jumping down the ladder in particular, right? Trying to go for that fight. It just doesn't work out. All right. Well, either way, they do walk out with a couple of rifles, and it won't really hurt their buy-up. It's just more of the long-term concerns here for EG, and I do understand the thinking, try and punish TeamOne even further, but their economy's already in a tough enough spot. Let's see if that A1S makes a difference. IDK is just going to full send it towards Fountain. Flashbang comes through, and here comes the utility on the other end from EG. It doesn't connect for any damage. And it does give information to TeamOne to let them know that they're in the vicinity. Ben Lead engaging here with that A1S, goes down to 19 HP. He will be calling for the reinforcements, but look at this. They got 3 players converging, and IDK gets the first one.
And they're still heading for this A fight. 1 kill comes back, but Janji takes a dink. Barton's taking all the map control out towards B.
This is so dangerous.
DJ gets flanked from behind. He's spraying away on the B side proper. He's going to get shut down. Viz coming in, expected by both Barton and TRK. They can double swing him. No, they're going to go 1 by 1. TRK waiting for a push, but Viz is hurt. He knows he's here, and he's not going to take too much damage off of that engagement. The last 2 EG players trying to go for the B plant, I would assume. Viz clearing it out, and a Molotov towards short is good. PwnAlone getting that bomb down. Is Viz going to go for that heaven? It's not planning for heaven, so is he just going to sit there and hold? He's going to go into heaven, though. Clear it out, I guess, and just hope that PwnAlone stays alive, because it is not planned for.
They have a nade.
They do have a nade, but that's even better. That kill. It's huge. And IDK, the one who started it all, has to end it 1v2. He has not found anybody. Time's running out. No kit. He's got to run.
I think he wants to bait out some kills, maybe try and drag a few players down with him, but no, it's not going to happen. PwnAlone is going to get that final one, and EG tie it up. They get 3 rounds in a row now, and it's starting to look like their usual selves here on Overpass. I say that, but that was still a messy anti-eco at the beginning, which the anti-ecos have really been plaguing them throughout this series. It's a little bit worrisome to see because you're going up against inferior guns, I should say. Only one rifle, there was the A1S, but everyone else onto pistols and most of them USPs. So questionable start there for EG, but a very clean finish. And what on earth just happened there? Did Ben and Pwn just walk through a double Molotov?
I believe they did, yes. That's the only plausible explanation. Because they're both very low.
I mean, I guess they're eager to take the space because of how aggressive TeamOne have been, right, towards Fountain. But this time it was just the Molotovs doing so much damage. Wow.
The thing is, they've only been that aggressive against the pistols. When they've had when they've had pistols, I should say. When they've had guns, they've played about as far back on site as you can imagine. They don't push unless they have information that they're not going that direction. They play it incredibly passively. They go for the map boost. This has been something they've done consistently. They get this information towards washrooms and towards short, and that's about it. They hold very passive on their Overpass CT side, which is not something we'll see from EG. We're going to see a lot more aggression out of EG CT side when we get over there. But
yeah, no question.
This is an incredibly passive CT side from TeamOne, and we've seen success on the pistols. They would have the same success, if not better, with the rifles if they wanted to push Fountain. If they wanted to consistently get that information and map control, they would have some very good success against EG right now, who are having a lot of trouble holding off that Fountain push. You put two guys in, you put a bit of utility, you get yourself an opening double kill almost every single round until EG are able to adapt. Even now, the map control still yields 1 kill. The rotations are up towards A, and they're flooding back. And there's still 5 HP on Ben, 28 on PwnAlone. That's a lucky kill to AG. But a trade back from DJ. Pesadelo up on top of Dicebox. He's done this a few times. Finally traded back. 3v2. The bomb not yet down. That's huge from Viz, though. Viz is putting in a lot of work this map. Had a bit of a quiet mirage as he was the B anchor. But now it's his time to shine on T-side Overpass.
Yeah, good job by Viz. As he's got another multi-kill round here. TRK, the last one standing. And given the way this game has gone, like we've said many times before, you cannot count out the lone player in these types of clutch situations. TRK is going to try and go for it, but this time Viz has the answer, gets the 3K on the round, and EG have their first lead on Overpass. 6 rounds on T-side's actually pretty good, considering this map can be considerably CT-sided. And now we're going to see a timeout called by TeamOne, given that they've lost the control of the momentum here. It has swung back in favor of EG.
It has, and already EG now have 6 on T-side. Anything more, they've pretty much won the half. Yes, technically they haven't won the half with 7, but for all intents and purposes, 7 rounds on T-side Overpass is a very successful half. That is more than what you want. 6 is kind of like your, all right, we had a good half moment. 7, 8, 9, anything more, and you have a very strong T-side. EG are looking for 7, for 8. They can get 10 if they finish this out strong. And at that point, what do you do if you're TeamOne? How do you come back on your T side?
I mean, just try and go for some crazy rounds, I guess. Yeah, some crazy strats. It seems like that's been the key to victory. And you talked about them going aggressively here in particular towards Fountain. And it looks like they are going to do that again on their pistol rounds. But if they did that in the previous one, they probably could have caught off the Evil Geniuses and maybe even taken it, given how aggressively Evil Geniuses want to get past that Molotov. Pwn's going to get the opener here. Maluk opens the door at the right time to get 1, but DJ's good for the trade. Janji deletes TRK from the B site, and now IDK and Pesa are going to manage to get 1. That's an AK upgrade in a round that they didn't invest that much into, so they might just want to tuck that AK away. And send Pace out looking for an upgrade himself. He will not get it. And now it's only IDK left, who indeed is trying to hide this AK.
Yeah, he's hiding the AK and going for exits at the same time. I thought he was going to peek Monster for a second, because it seemed like he was inching that direction, which would have been a bit of a questionable decision. I think you're right there. You keep the AK in hand if you are TeamOne. You take at least your small little victory, and you hold on to that thing as it's your lifeblood. You don't have a strong economy. And he is starting to be aware of the fact that he could be pincered too. Janji's on the hunt for him. Janji's 4x3. Does not spot him. Oh, makes the noise. But IDK's down to nothing. PwnAlone drive-bys him with the tech. And that's 7 no-saved guns as well for TeamOne. They'll be able to buy up this time. But again, their last few rounds have not exactly been what you'd call successful. They've been pretty rough. And the T-side economy, it's not great, but it's not terrible.
Yep.
They can still get a buy with Galils in the next, even if they lose this without a bomb plant. So for TeamOne, you got to get rounds on the board. You need 8 at this point. You need to get 8 rounds out of this half.
I think that was a good trade at the end there. Obviously, Janji missing him because he's in, I guess, 4x3. Very, I still don't understand the 4x3. I guess just what you're comfortable with. But either way, it does end up being worthwhile because they take the gun out of the hands of the last TeamOne player and make this next one more expensive. Everyone has to fully invest. And should TeamOne lose this round, well, it's going to be very problematic, and that is not a promising start. DJ takes the head off TRK, but IDK with the insta-trade with the F1 race car drive peek around that corner. Thing is, EG once more making noise towards the B site, but the hit is actually towards A. Maluk with the AWP working his way towards bank. Probably calling for reinforcements given this heavy utility usage, but by the time they get there, EG's already going to have the bomb site and probably the bomb planted.
Yeah, and maybe even a pick and connector, too, as Pesadelo is working his way up. Actually, that's a big one from Maluk.
Yes.
Pesa can't get up connector, but Ben's going to be on the flank. Viz trades it back to the 3v3, but up connector, Viz is on point right now. Now sitting at a 2.0 KD. IDK and Barton walled out of this site, and a save might not be a bad idea because they don't have any money again. But then, again, they need the rounds, and this is still technically winnable. Although this kind of a retake is not exactly going to be easy. IDK sprays down one, but the health is very low. 52 combined HP, but it's all down to Viz now. 1v2, and it's not planted for him, but there's no time. They have to run. IDK, does he have it? No, he doesn't. And Janji, or rather Viz, will get the kill onto Barton. Oh my gosh. That was chaos. That was rough. But that's kind of been part for the course for TeamOne, hasn't it? Just little thin margins costing them rounds.
That was a weird decision not to stick the fusel, right? Because I'm pretty sure information was gained that the last player on PA was out of position when, I don't know who it was, but one of the TeamOne members jumped over Dicebox. You get the info, stick the defusal. Instead, they pull off of it. I mean, now, you have it. It's just, anyway.
It might have been the player without the kit. Initially.
Perhaps.
And if it was, that makes sense. If it wasn't, that's where questions be
either
raised.
way, you should have the player with the kit defusing in the first place. Like, it should have been called quicker or realized quicker. Just a messy round, not just from TeamOne, but I think from EG as well, to even allow that opening to be created. But at the very least, EG is going to get an 8th, and they do take this half effectively on their T side. That is the good news. Not to mention that in that round, TeamOne had to fully invest, and now they're on to a save for the last round of play. They do manage to get an upgrade. It's more of a half buy, right? Because you have the MP9 in play, 3 Deagles, and the 5.7, along with 4 players onto body armor, and that is going to help quite a bit. Maluk gets the headshot onto Janji, and DJ's fully blinded, somehow staying alive for a very long time, but another anti-eco is going completely awry for EG.
This is a recurring problem that shouldn't be a problem for EG, and it's almost bringing me Riot Squad vibes back in their series against INTZ, where they lost the series because they couldn't win an anti-eco.
That's a long time ago, sir.
It is a very long time ago. It's coming up on its 3rd-year anniversary. But the same thing just rings true. They weren't able to win it, and it cost them a series. This time, though, the bomb is ticking, and Ben wins a critical duel. There's already been damage to the base as well. That's huge from Ben as he swings around from truck, but he is put down. PwnAlone's op finds the mark, and it's all left onto TRK now, trying to get onto the site and stick the bomb.
He's
on it now. Oh, he's not. He's trying to fight, but he doesn't have time.
No,
he gets the kill, but what does it matter? It's 9-5. 9 on T side. They could have won the eco. They could have won the half buy.
It's crazy that they were even in that round, right? Considering that the buy-up was not that significant. And EG just, I don't know. They can't deal with the anti-ecos. They're having so much trouble against these pistols. They need to calm themselves down, especially in the halftime break. Talk things over. Make sure that that is snuffed out quickly. I would say even into the next half, just get things under control in the anti-ecos. Play things more methodically. Wait for pushes to come and make sure that they're in position for a trade. Anyway, this is going to get the opener here on to Maluk. 5v4 quickly for EG, with Maluk not being able to escape, and IDK is trying to regain the space. He can't. Bentley finds him. But lo and behold, TRK is going to find DJ to make it a 4v3 and reduce the man advantage to only one man.
One-man advantage for EG, but Pace is around the smoke trying to get an angle. Creeping forward, could catch PwnAlone on the retreat. But now TRK's been spotted out towards short, and he's being harassed a little bit. Jonji coming up through connector, might get the drop on Pesa. But B now seems to be the target out of EG. They're rotating down, and Pesadelo just clearing out Sands. Starting to go in towards connector now, but Jonji's ready for the angle. Pesa going out wide, doesn't expect it. And he has been taken. 2v4. We've seen these work for both sides when they're at the disadvantage. Oh. And it starts with stuff like that, doesn't it, John? Headshot from TRK into the op of PwnAlone. Plenty of time, but it's a full commit down towards the B side. TRK's got a second. He finishes off Jonji. And oh, baby, oh, mama. It's starting to turn that way again from a 4v2 to a 2v2. And are you going to say that you don't understand why they're peeking one by one?
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand why you're sending one player out there without any type of committal to actually taking the site. Send them all at once. Go 4 players into the site. What is going on here for EG? Anyway, look, they still got a chance to pull this off, but it's going to have to be a 1v1 as Bentley finally takes down the terror that is TRK, who had a quad kill. The thing is, I don't think he's going to have any clue that Barton's coming from this direction. He's looking into Monster and now has positioned himself in Canal. That's actually a really good spot to hold, because he has zero info. Barton trying to clutch out the 1v1 and keep EG off of double digits. Tries to throw a Molotov and then fakes a defusal, swings around pillar, and Barton is good for it. TeamOne clutch it out, a 6th round secured as we head to the break at 9-6 in favor of EG.
You're still a free in my head. You got me so confused. My mind is full of you. Still want you in my room. Don't wanna get rid of you. On my mind, but now I'm not too late. You got me so confused. My head is full of you. You keep slipping away. I learned the hard way. Something's gotta stay. Don't let it go to waste. Do you remember all of the long nights, warm in my bed, nightfall to sunrise? That's what you said. You held me so tight each time again. I keep your picture in my room. Don't wanna get rid of you. Keep your picture in my room, 'cause it gets me in the mood. You're still a free in my head. You got me so confused. My mind is full of you. Still want you in my room. Don't wanna get rid of you. On my mind, but now it's not too late.
And we're back with half number 2 here between EG and TeamOne. ESL Challenger Melbourne North American closed qualifier on Bongs, joined by JRT. And EG took half number 1 on their T side of their map pick, 9-6. Could have been a 10-5, but TeamOne were able to scrape together that last round in the end. This pistol round is basically where all the marbles lie for TeamOne and their opportunity to take a chance at taking the series and this map, because they need this map to stay alive and go to map 3, which is new. But John, EG's second half pistols have been good, but John G runs very aggressive onto 2 different engagements and gets punished on one while soloing the B site, and that gives TeamOne a bomb plant.
All right, not a bad start here for Team1. Still the retake to worry about. And oh, Pace as watch and walkway and takes down Ben Leet with a laser precise shot from the USP. Maluk peeking around. He's got the info. Barton supports him. And now Pace is going to drop DJ. This is all TeamOne here in the opening pistol round. They've actually been very good on their pistols, losing only 1 out of the 4.
Yeah, they've been very good on pistols, and winning both on Overpass gives themselves the chance they need to be able to take this one. EG probably going to force up into this one. Viz and John G already buying 5.7s in armor. DJ going for a scout. PwnAlone on the deagle. And Ben with 5.7 too. There's a lot at EG, so we'll see if there's a nade stack coming in from EG. Wouldn't be a bad idea at all. In fact, would probably be the right call. Chunk some of that damage away, try and pick up a rifle. Turn the tide there. DJ going to try and be a nade with the scout. Just do that damage. Chip him away. Let his teammates get the kills. TeamOne, though, if they're able to finish this round off, can really make things a bit more difficult for EG. Especially if they get a lead here on this T side. Trades go back and forth. Barton and Ben getting a kill each. And a 4v4 now established between the 2 sides. But a 4v4 isn't exactly a bad place for EG to be in, considering they're kind of a buy, so I don't think they're mad about this at all. In fact, they're probably quite happy, although that Molotov is probably not where they wanted it to go. It goes on slats instead of going in towards top of monsters, so free walkout now for TeamOne as 4 players are going to push in towards B, 3 through tunnels, and then 1 in towards short, actually doing a lot of damage, and Barton goes down.
Uh-oh.
This could turn dangerous.
This is getting very dangerous indeed. Ben Lead in construction is going to go down. So does John G. So under control for now here on TeamOne, and even more so. PwnAlone goes down. DJ connects through the smoke onto Maluk. 1v2. And he's going to try going for this. Why not? You forced up and not much left on his side to lose, I should say. Just the scout in his hands. And, well, he decides maybe that scout might be worth keeping alive. He's going to keep on... He's going to back off, keep the scout into the next round, and, well, Evil Geniuses surrender another one to TeamOne.
Yeah, 1 round from tying it up now with the Brazilian squad, and they probably will be able to tie it up because EG are going to be on an eco round with the saved scout, just USPs across the board for... Unless maybe like Ben and just Ben probably going to upgrade maybe a P250 at Deagle. But realistically speaking, this is a round TeamOne need to win. EG had a lot of trouble against these kinds of rounds, though. So maybe TeamOne will face the same kind of fate. I don't think so, though. They're a very disciplined squad, and they know how to play against the Ecos. I think they'll be fine. IDK with the MAC-10 will be used to kind of just go get some space and get some of those entries. And yeah, it's just the Scout, an HE, a Flash, and a P250 purchased up for the Evil Geniuses. They're not going to invest too heavily. They want a full buy in the next round, and Ben's probably going to drop an op over to PwnAlone. That seems to be the case here. And PwnAlone will drop the M4 back to his in-game leader. That's a nice nade on the IDK.
Yeah.
So at least some chip damage being done here by EG. But again, TeamOne should be winning this round. It should be 9-9 before the guns come back out. And that's going to be 1 round better than TeamOne had on their own map pick.
I think Barton got tagged down through the smoke there from the USP to 12 HP, so... Look, yeah, it shouldn't be too much trouble for TeamOne, but we did see TeamOne pretty much with dry pistols, aside from a couple of upgrades, deal a blow against EG in that first half. So maybe we'll see EG return the favor here. TeamOne making an adjustment. They send 4 players rotating back around towards Fountain. The other one is going to go through Connector and join up with the rest of his squad. DJ, probably the biggest threat in the round here with the Scout. But the thing is, if they push out all at once, he'll get one at most. And there is the one, but they don't follow it up as quickly as you think they would, but they finally do get that trade, and then PwnAlone can't do anything, isolated around that corner. Jonji with the USP on site has a crossfire set up with Ben, but Ben will get ventilated, so will Viz, and Jonji just wide swings trying to do whatever he can, and that won't be much. TRK takes care of business, and TeamOne have pulled this right back to a tied game.
Tie ball game at 9 apiece. The bye is going to come forth for both teams. Maluk should have an op as well. Saw one floating around on the TeamOne side. Yep, there it goes into his hands. Full AKs across the board on the T side. Same could be said for EG though. M4A1Ss and the AWP for PwnAlone. A couple of kits as well for Ben and DJ. But evil geniuses need this round. They cannot let TeamOne get an advantage. He's going to look a lot more likely. A failed Molotov is not the way to start things off, though. Didn't land the top con molly. Or top T-con molly, anyway. And the nade is good for 0 damage. So all the utility used towards that area of the map comes for nothing. That is $900 invested and 0 damage coming forth from it. And a 5v5 with about $1.25 on the clock to go. So a lot of space and time for Team 1 to work with. And EG, not playing as passive as Team 1, but still giving a lot of room, especially now that DJ is backing up towards the side proper and just letting PwnAlone sit out towards A long around on the flower pots. He's got to be careful. Nobody pushes through. He's got the shot on the Maluk, though, and that's his cue to fall away. Opening pick for EG.
DJ going to get the response here, and then Pesa and TRK strike back on PwnAlone and DJ, making it a 3v3. Jonji's kind of stuck here, gives away the audio cues, misses his shot, and now Barton's got a beat on him, but he can't take him down. How does Jonji even get out of the smoke and find that frag? I do not know, but it is going to be a man advantage very briefly, potentially here for EG, because the feet are showing under the smoke, and finally, yes, TRK does indeed find the trade to make it a 2v2, and look at this, both EG players here at Dumpster are going to try and push out before the bomb is planted. I kind of like the idea here, with time ticking away, trying to delay it from going down.
But no utility makes life a lot harder for EG. That smoke is kind of a double-edged sword. That's a big kill, and TRK taking down low. It's all on Ben Leet's shoulders. He had a very good clutch mirage, and he backs away, giving time to TRK. This is such a smart play by Ben. And he just peeks around when he knows TRK has to plant. Well played by the brains of the EG operation. He'll even grab an AK too. And that's another huge clutch for Ben, who's having a ton of impact in this series. And if this one goes 2-0 the way of EG, Ben Leet is a huge factor in that decision. The buy this time for EG is not going to be the best. MP9 for PwnAlone, a FAMAS for Viz. Utility a little sparing, a decoy for Jonji. That's his piece of utility, if you even want to count that. And over on Team 1, they're on Galils, a Deagle, and a MAC-10. It's not much better for them. They're going to run through a molly. At least IDK will generate some space and a little bit of map control. But it's a swing round here. EG can swing things towards their victory, but Team 1 can swing it back towards a tie game and maybe make this one a little bit closer. EG need to stabilize, not allow too many kills to come forward here for Team 1, or their economy is never going to be allowed to settle, and that just gives the T side a big advantage.
Yep. Yeah, there's no question. EG, though, once they get the rifles out on their CT side, they've definitely had the edge against Team 1, both on Mirage and potentially now here on Overpass, as they're looking to make it 2 in a row with that opening frag coming through. Pesa swinging, but he cannot get past the crosshair of DJ, who hits the headshot to make it a 5v3, and it's a weak one here for Team 1 because they've only got TRK at 50 HP, 250 HP combined, in fact. And well, we're going to have to even those numbers soon. Barton trying, he gets one, but no second. Is tapping away with the USB, gets the information, and then the frag comes through. Thing is, Maluk does manage to get the trade onto DJ, but he's now the last one standing with only a Galil and a pistol in his hands.
Past his HP, and now none of it. Jonji runs him down quite literally. And EG win the swing round. Are able to buy up again, although Ben won't exactly have the best of buys. Team 1 debating a half or a full save. Probably going to opt for the full save, maybe a couple of pieces of utility. But EG starting to pull away towards the tail end of this race. Couple rounds in a row now in the CT side to boot. EG up against Glocks. If they lose this round, John, I don't know what I'm going to do. but it
Yeah,
wouldn't surprise me at this point.
Yeah, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but I do agree that would be very problematic. And they lost one that was pretty close to this up against only Pistols when they were on T side. So let's see if that comes through again. Pwn is caught out here. He needs to back off, or else he's going to get overloaded by the Pistols. And he does. This is only Glocks, but now they've given away a free rifle into the hands of Pesa, who can be a very dangerous customer indeed. And DJ's trying to close the gap. There's Pesa around the corner, tagging DJ down to 64. Good flashbang thrown. DJ overloaded by Pesa. At the end of the day, they make it a 3v3. Another gun on the ground. Jonji gets hit in the dome. Luckily, it's only with a Glock. He swings around for the second, and now this is a lot less threatening. Pesa will eventually get jumping. MP9 headshotted by Ben Leet. So things calm down there, Austin. Thankfully for EG, because it started out a little bit nerve-wracking again.
Yeah, it's still not a great round. You lose 2 players against Glocks. That's not good for the CT economy. They're still scrounging buys together, and they've won 3 in a row. They need to figure out a way to minimize the casualties against the anti-eco, or on the anti-ecos against the ecos. And playing aggressive and isolated is a good way to give a free opportunity to the other team. And both PwnAlone and DJ were exposed in the open without support, and they both paid for it. So, for EG, just little things to work on. It has been a long time since they played an official. This is their second official map. Not match, map. In, what is it? Like a month and a half?
Yeah, since I think it was May, at the end of May when they were really active, and then 1 series throughout all of June.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's been a while. So, good to see them back in the server, but there still is a little bit of rust that needs to be cleaned off before they're fully back in the server in terms of being right there mentally. Ben taking a very aggressive stance, though, all the way through Monster Tunnel. DJ falling back Divider as PwnAlone's backing away through Con, takes a P250 kill onto TRK through the smoke, just trying to get his way out of dodge. And that's not a bad parting gift if you're PwnAlone, and Ben's going to start falling back. I say that, and he drops the smoke aggressively. Viz gets picked off as well to a 4v4. And Ben's in a spot where he's kind of one and done, but if he's able to get 2, then maybe something can be built out of this one. They might even just go to A.
Man, Ben needs to fall back. There we go. Okay. You're the only one on the B site. You do not want to go down in an extended engagement, so that will give the advantage to TeamOne. Jonji peeking around here, had a good time, and he's going to get nothing. IDK gets the headshot onto Jonji. PwnAlone isolated now, and the Molotov manages to find Pesa. Now he's got the support of DJ over from truck side and makes it the man advantage again. Time is ticking away here for TeamOne, and I'm not even sure it's going to matter because the bomb has been dropped, and Barton will be the last one standing. He'll just go for the save. But I mean, I thought the play from Jonji was good, but the fact that he doesn't get any frags off it is crazy.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising. DJ with a great hold there from the one and done spot by Truck. And EG. They might be losing a player here or there, but they're starting to put those rounds on the board consistently. Kind of like what we saw in Mirage from them too, losing the pistol round on CT side, but then just once the guns come out, utterly dominating the play. TeamOne not really able to come up with a response. Barton's hero AK will have to do some damage because it's deals for the rest of the squad. And time is running out. 3 rounds separating EG from a 2-0 victory. And a date in the upper bracket final with the winner of ATK versus Game and Gladiators, which last I saw was map 1 won by ATK, but map 2, I think it was somewhere like a 9-6 lead for Game and Gladiators going into that second half. So
Actually, 11-4 now.
11-4 for Game?
Yes.
Well, that one might go to map 3. Who knows who EG's going to play if this scoreline continues. But B-Take coming through, boost coming in, and there's a counter boost too from EG, so I think they're reading it well. And oh my! Oh, that's a great catch. Look at this angle.
Oh man.
This is hilarious.
2 boosts coming through, but they can't see each other. Well, now they're aware of it because Pace is peeking around the corner from Sandbag. And Barton's going to get 1. Bentley trades it back. This is going to be chaos because look where TeamOne have already gotten to. PwnAlone does manage to catch off the bomb carrier and take him down. Flashbang going to get tossed to support a potential retake. And you see TRK along with Pesa realizing the bomb is in a very tough spot and knowing they have to fight against the op here just to get back to it. Not to mention pressure from heaven. As Pwn throws another flashbang through. Pace has managed to make his way up towards walkway, but Ben Leet peeks around, takes care of business, and, well, this should be pretty much done and dusted for EG now.
Yeah, And if they keep this with only one casualty, it would be great for their economy. Another kill added to the tally, though, making it third potentially. Luke spamming the deagle. Another drive-by from PwnAlone, though, and he'll upgrade from the P250 to that 50 caliber handgun. But it's a 14-9.
Sorry, Austin. These over-eager pushes from EG are just...
Yeah.
Wow. They don't need to push that aggressively into Maluk, yeah.
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of confidence and almost a little BM, even though the game is a lot tighter than the scoreline suggests, just by virtue of the economy alone.
Yeah, not to mention that TeamOne is up to the task of capitalizing on that type of sloppy play. So anyway, look, Jonji's going to run through a Molotov here. Doesn't take much damage from it. Actually, this is the right play because he's into the smoke. They have no idea he's here, and he has a perfect flank. I mean, if he gets these 2 frags, the round is over. There's one. Maluk doesn't even realize it. No calm. Come on, you got to calm that, Barton. Maluk had no idea that Jonji was behind them. Maybe Barton didn't know either. Either way, 4v2 in favor of EG, bends them through the smoke and ends up going down to IDK, who pushes through it. So a 3v2 with TeamOne having some space. The thing is, Austin, they left the bomb behind. I think that Jonji spotted it out too.
I think he has it. I think he knows. And either way, TRK is stuck, nowhere to go. And I think Ben got caught running out of ammunition. That's the reason he died. Just that M4A1 nerf, 5 less rounds makes a big difference.
That is true.
But what makes a big difference, too, is that Jonji didn't get spotted through the smoke. He makes it through there clean. He gets a free double. I don't know why Maluk doesn't have a comm there. That was a big issue. That's not the first time that's happened for TeamOne either, where a call has not gone through or has not been registered, that somebody is on the back line. And you need that call. It needs to happen.
It's possible Barton just wasn't aware, like I was alluding to, where Jonji came from because of the fact that he snuck through the smoke and managed to come around from the flank. But still, you've got to at least compensate. Look, he's either door or behind us in construction and nothing. Whoa, what a swing from a Luke to get the headshot onto PwnAlone. This time, calm or not, he doesn't need it. He's just going to win the aim duel and give the man advantage to his squad. But yeah, like, obviously some kind of miscommunication happened there. There's no question. DJ from Connector tags IDK down to 74. They know what position. They're going to just triple swing him to make sure they don't miss a beat there.
Picks going the way of TeamOne, but Ben trades one back finally for EG. Maybe they can build around and a victory out of this one. Still, Jonji on the back has a double if he sprays it right. It's belabored, it's messy, but he's able to convert it. Man advantage back to EG. A nade goes in, does 1 point of damage onto Maluk, or rather onto Barton, who has a scout. And Jonji's just going to throw some utility, try and get out of this alive, but Barton knows exactly what's happening. He trades it back, and it's all down to Viz now in a 2v2 or 2v1. He does not have a kit, but he does have the bomb, and he spots out the shoulder of Maluk, but Maluk has the op, and the one shot wins the duel. 5 rounds separating these two teams at EG. Starting to slip again with map point, this time series point. But TeamOne, they only seem to find these kinds of rounds when they're up against the brink, when they're on the ropes, and there's nowhere out.
Yeah, still, I mean, that one was close. Jonji, that time, almost the hero, coming through with the 2K, but he got trapped in a really tough spot, tried to fight his way out with some utility, but he got caught out throwing the last piece of utility, resulting in the 2v1 that was unrecoverable. Timeout going to be called by EG to talk things over. TeamOne, sure, they have life here, but again, you're right, their backs are against the wall. They have to win out 5 rounds in a row on their T-side overpass, which is typically quite weak for them, against a strong CT side for EG.
Jonji's on a 5-7, though. FAMAS for Ben. It's not a pretty buy. There's a couple of rifles and an op. They go a little over for IDK. But EG want to finish this off now. They don't want to let TeamOne hang around. That is modus operandi here, is finish this one off clean. Go await your next opponent. Relax a little bit before that one starts. Take a clean 2-0 victory. Don't
talk things over.
Get into that war of attrition. Yeah, talk things over, too, because I'm sure Munster and whatever staff and EG are also helping him out right now for this series, for this tournament. would definitely have a lot, especially if Valens is helping out with this one. He'll definitely have a lot to say. Maluk, though, wins that clean duel against PwnAlone. A couple of good shots, that kind of an angle, that little bit of a couple of pixels wide target. Maluk's been hitting those now. Maybe a little too late, but if there's a little bit of life, 6 rounds in a row is definitely doable. Barton needs a headshot, but he's taken down the double push. Ben around the chain link brings it to a 4v4, but it's an A-site take, and there's a 5-7, the only gun to defend the site proper.
I mean, 5-7 can be pretty lethal at close range, and that's what the fight they're going to give John G here. I like the idea because they saw 2 EG players pushing up aggressive towards speed, but there's DJ onto Maluk. John G's going to have a backstep. No! IDK takes him down, and then TRK finds DJ. 3v2 advantage for Team 1. Viz is trying to make it a 2v2, and he does. Almost gives his team the man advantage, but cannot convert the spray transfer onto IDK. It's all up to Ben Lead. The IGL gets the first, looking for the second onto IDK. Does he spawn him? He does! Ben Lead, another hero clutch. He steps up to the plate and hits a home run. 16-10 in favor of EG. They will close this one out. No more rounds needed.
What a play from Ben. That was absolutely phenomenal. And he clutches out big time for the EG squad. Not the first clutch he had, not the last he'll have for this team throughout this tournament, but the last of this series. And what a way to win it. The in-game leader comes in 1v2. Viz helps him out with a lot of damage. And then it's the aim duel won by Ben Leet in the end. Phenomenal work coming in from him. And for EG as a whole, yes, there are things they need to fix.